Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our eFootball PS 2020 coverage here at IESF 2019. I'm Rapid. With me is Brian Choi, and we are going through some of the most epic games we've seen all day long.
Yeah, that was epic to its best.
All the way to the final game in Game 3. Extra time added and the most intense finish ever. Congratulations, of course, to Techless88, of course, representing Italy, who will advance over our South Korean competitor who was eliminated from the competition. But now we are moving on to introduce our next couple of competitors, and they are, of course, not only representing their countries, but, of course, themselves, and a lot of pride on the line between these two. Hassan Pajani from Iran.
Yeah, he seemed to favor Bayern Munich a lot in this event, and we'll see whether he brings that same club for this quarterfinals.
All right, well, he, of course, has a lot of tough competition, and at least in this game, he's going to be facing perhaps the toughest competition, Kepa from Serbia.
Yeah, despite showing a lackluster performance in that kickoff match yesterday against Techless, however, he bounced back and he completely dominated his other oppositions, and he made it to the quarterfinals. So he has exerted a formidable force, and it will be very interesting to see whether he can keep up with it. And another interesting note was that instead of the opening match, he started to use PSG from today, and we'll see whether he brings PSG again for this quarterfinals match as well.
It's actually really interesting. It was kind of interesting for me to follow Kepa over the course of this tournament because on social media he's very outspoken about his performance. And he was so frustrated when he lost that game that we were broadcasting earlier, but he's very happy to have bounced back and, of course, qualified for the next round. It's very, very tense here in the round of 16, or I guess we are actually on to the quarterfinals, so the pressure mounting as we do see PSG versus FCB.
Yep, so as expected, Bayern Munich taken by Hassan Pajani, and PSG taken by Kepa.
Kepa. If Kepa was an organization, it'd be the KEPA. I'm not sure what that would stand with, but over the course of this broadcast, I will come up with a humorous abbreviation. But for now, Kepa, of course, representing Serbia, and of course, an incredibly skilled player, champion, and hoping to become champion now. The eFootball PES 2020 competition here at IESF 2019.
All right, Hernandez working on that right side. Perisic. Connected to Lewandowski.
Yeah, Lewandowski actually passing it off, but actually just desperately trying to retain control of Drexler. Andera, Mbappe drops it off to Alaba. What? Okay. Willer with the reception. Lewandowski.
Yeah, great convergence by Kepa onto Lewandowski.
Yeah, playing a little bit of hacky sack there in the middle, but Neymar with control off to Draxler, moving it up the field, back to Neymar, off the foot to Cavani.
Hernandez, great positioning to deny Neymar from getting that ball.
Header actually strangely gives Draxler control back to Cavani. Forward, Neymar stripped.
Yeah, another great interception. Sule with that great interception. However, once again, turning the ball over at the center field. Cannot afford to do so.
Forward, Gare. Neymar turning it back.
Draxler.
Forward, Draxler gets the shot, gets the goal.
First blood by Kepa. It's just great spacing.
Yeah, a look of determination as if he deserved that. So excited to be up 1-0. Of course, like we discussed in our first best of 3 of the night, the momentum keeps mounting.
Indeed, and Draxler has enough speed to penetrate that zone and just get open. Yep, and the player and caliber of Kepa, he's not missing those opportunities.
Yeah, more importantly, if you look as he's dribbling it forward, he's actually off center, like off of his weak foot onto his strong foot, getting the scoop into the net. Beautifully played there, and of course, just basically an imitation of the ceremony we saw from Kepa in his share there. But PSG up 1-0. Bayern Munich needing to come back, and obviously we're very early on in this series. We've seen just how long series can go. This is only game number 1 of our best of 3.
Yeah, and Kepa, similar to Techless, applying as much pressure as possible from that center field. Both, like all the top competitors, they are fully aware of how important that center field is.
Yeah, Perisic off to the side, really doing a lot to control that side. On the square. Whoa, that was almost off, but now bounces, I thought, out, but no, still on the line.
Perisic is looking for that center.
Yeah,
Javi
threatened,
Martinez.
so he's forced to pass it out to Javi Alaba.
With his great pace.
Well, he does have a lot of space, not too much of it. It's out to Cuisance now. Where to go? I mean, Javi's like being the rebound master out there before passing into Thiago, but Perisic, the real guy on the right-hand side, looking for the control. Had a shot, but too far out. Decides to back on, out, in, and now way out, cleared. Towards Caviani, actually, back to Alaba.
Mueller. The problem is that Pajani can't just only play one-dimensionally and go for that center convergence because Kepa is on top of that game right now. His defensive stance just completely shuts down that center convergence-based attacks. Now a corner kick.
Yeah, let's see who's inbounding it. It's not going to be Neymar, at least in theory.
Probably Neymar or Draxler. Yeah, and indeed it is Draxler this time.
Yeah, right up.
Cavani! Great header!
Oh my goodness, the angle. He was able to get just barely high enough to snap it in, and oh my goodness, it was just like so beautifully played. I hope we get another angle off the replay there.
Pinpoint crossing by Draxler, followed by exceptional heading from Cavani. He's a typical S-class target striker right there. So once Cavani can get the height advantage on top of his defender who's marking him, then he can get that clean header, and rightfully so, just got it in with ease.
Wow, actually incredible to watch there. 2-0 now, the lead for Kepa. And we talked about exactly how strong a competitor Kepa was, maybe even the favorite when you look at the roster of players at this tournament. But I don't know, for Hassan Pajani, it's not like he's done just yet. Plenty of time left to play, so now he's looking to return the favor. Mbappe out there, Cuisance, forward to Javi.
I think these performances clearly indicate that Group A was the group of death as we expected from day one, and it has been exhibiting in that way through both Teclis and Kepa's performances.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely two of the strongest competitors in this tournament. Off the heel, back out of his control. Now in the hands of Hassan.
And Kepa definitely made some adjustments on his defensive stances because unlike the match versus Teclis, his defensive plays are nearly immaculate at this point.
Free ball in the middle, controlled there now by Guerre.
Gaye to Kimpembe.
Nice long lob.
Neymar. There's a couple of options. Draxler.
Ooh. Getting tripped up a little bit, but Draxler actually shooting way forward. Thiago just walks up, says thank you very much.
Yeah.
Takes it away, now forward. Ooh, into the waiting feet of Alaba.
Yeah, Kepa even using Thiago Silva, the classic center back, over past the center field and trying to be as aggressive as possible. I mean, we've seen his aggression in that opening match, and he's just showing that once again. But will that cost him?
Lewandowski went for a very powerful kick, but unfortunately, right as he was going for it, looked a little bit offside. So resetting, Navas.
That's it for the first half. Dominance. Complete dominance by Kepa.
Kepa just looked completely unfazed. He's focused. He's laser focused there on that screen. For Hassan Pajani, I mean, we did see him with his moments, but he's going to have to find a few more of them as we get into our second half, our final game of the night.
Yeah, Hassan Pajani needs to add a couple more options to his offensive maneuver because he's been completely shut down in that first half by Kepa. Now Perisic working on the right side. Lewandowski a little bit out of position here.
Nice handoff, but unfortunately,
challenge
he can't
him.
quite do it that way. And yeah, I think he's going uphill.
Indeed, and maybe he can create some potential opportunities here. Making some adjustments.
See exactly what the adjustments are, because this is a little bit early on in the game to start realizing that maybe you don't have exactly who where you want them to be.
Shot deflected.
Yeah, we didn't even get to see the opening. That's why this replay is so important. The header out, and the shot goes high.
Great body block by the PSG defender right there.
Yeah, whatever you can put in the way of it, and just look at the control, man. See Bayern, 60% to 30, 70 to 40, 60 to 40. There, I got my math right in the end.
And the fast free kick. Thiago!
Freebie! Oh my goodness. I mean, it doesn't get much easier than that. I mean, look at the expressions, man. I love this guy, Kepa, just seemingly in disbelief.
Yeah, that quick free kick just allowed Hassan Pajani to catch Kepa completely off guard, and Thiago was completely open.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, he reached for the ball. I hope we get a chance to watch this one more time.
That lob pass right there.
Yeah, watch the defender's hands here. He just reaches for it, goes down, and can't get it in time.
Which is quite unordinary because usually Navas has great reflexes, however, didn't come into play at that point.
Well, Thiago puts Hassan Pajani on the board, and that means that it is now only a 1-point game, but past halftime and nearing.
Well, definitely game on now.
Yeah, for sure, but oh no, now
Boateng with great clear.
We were about to witness another goal that would have just sent Kepa into the stratosphere. Now immediately scooped out. Back out.
Can Perisic maintain possession? Nope. Herrera to Silva.
Silva's going to reset to Guerra, and now Perisic there for control. Kimpembe.
Marquinhos probably looking for that right side, and indeed he is heading for that for Meunier.
Meunier into Neymar.
On the left, guy is
center,
open.
Controlled, back and forth, back to Neymar. Into Herrera. Here, Cavani.
Probably back to Gaye.
Back in. He's got a great shot right into the chest of the defender.
Great save by Neuer right there.
Man, that was so close. I mean, any harder a kick, the goalie would have just flown right into the goal, man. That was just manning up straight up defense. Yeah, I think he's thinking about that shot and realizing if he had angled it just a little bit, might have been able to have another goal under his.
If he had put a little bit more finesse in there, that would have been a goal for sure. And excuse me, instead of being Manuel Neuer, it's actually Ulic in the goalkeeper spot for Hassan Pajani's Bayern Munich. Now, Thomas Müller has been substituted out for Kingsley Coman.
Kimmich in, Maria in for Draxler, and I think that's going to do it.
Yeah, Kimi, another great fullback, can play both offensive and defensive sides of the football here.
Lewandowski in control in front. Coleman almost takes it back.
Didn't get any space to him. Yeah,
Alba pushing it forward. Challenged. Silva now clearing it way back to Mbappe.
Yeah, great convergence and double team onto Mbappe right there. You don't want to give that speedster too much space.
Coutinho. Kimmich forward. Lewandowski gets it stripped by Marquinhos.
Neymar.
Reset. Oh, he's got the angle.
Challenge came in. Ref blew the whistle right there in favor of PSG.
Yeah, and I think we're just going to use this opportunity to maybe make one more crucial substitution. And I love the look of intensity on our competitors' eyes, especially, I mean, when you see the game this close, that's when you know they are most focused.
Indeed, and for Hassan Pajani, he's still behind one goal, so he's desperate to get that equalizer. And through his double substitutions earlier in the game, I think that he's trying to primarily work on both sides of the pitch and try to converge at the center towards the in vicinity of the box.
Who wants it? Looks like Liga in Cavani. No.
Hernandez with the great clear.
Yeah, Hernandez made a mistake right there in that crucial moment.
Oh, then it was done deal for Kepa right there.
Absolutely. Mbappe stripped by Kimmich.
Gaye has been extremely active throughout this entire match.
Yeah, you can't take anything away from him except for the ball. Lewandowski out, Kimmich.
Maintains possession. Looking for the right side. Next to Perisic.
Grabs it into Coutinho. Trying to pass it back, and he actually gets it through 3 members of the defending team. Kimmich off to the right-hand side.
Cross. Lewandowski with the equalizer.
There it goes. Bayern Munich and Pajani controlling it fantastically.
That offensive tactical adjustment just came clutch by having Kimmich in there to work on that sideline pitch, and then getting that low cross off. Lewandowski with a great header with his great header finishing traits.
I mean, look, if you have to pick somebody to get that header for the score, basically as good as it gets. Now with the score evened up, back at 2-2 in the first half, you saw how confident Kepa was, but now that we've switched sides here, it seems like the story has kind of switched along with it.
And he really needs to maintain his composure, because if he doesn't, then a repeat of that kickoff match will
Are we
recur.
going to see I almost said retweet, a repeat of that performance? I mean, we almost did, but I mean, look, either way, it's very clear that both of our competitors are very evenly matched. Are we going to go to extra time here? Tied up 2-2, single-digit minutes left in the game.
Great field vision by Kepa right there, finding Gaia at the weak side.
Okay, he's going to throw it forward. Cavani, grabbing it back out. And Maria's got a great opportunity here. Kimmich with the angle on the defense. And now will be the one to clear it out to Perisic.
All right, looking for Coman from the weak side.
Lewandowski.
Is he going for that right?
Another McGreen in front of him.
No, he opts for the left. Back to Lewandowski.
Back out,
Coman.
Ooh. And
Munier coming in clutch for Kepa.
Man, that was so dangerous. Kimmich back to Perisic. He's got a great angle to the side. Lewandowski wakes up back to life.
Coutinho. Help out Lewandowski.
Yeah, he's got it or not. Just controlled out to the corner of the box.
Will we play another cross here? No. Short pass to Coman.
Coman trying to turn it around.
Ooh,
He's at a high, but it's just over. And that's going to do it for the end of regulation. Going to extra time.
So again, this is going to be a sign for another epic series.
History repeating itself, Brian. This is oddly similar to our first round of 16 match. Of course, this is in the quarterfinals, so the tension is even higher.
Yes, indeed. And it will be very interesting what further adjustments both players have made for this extra time.
No more time for adjustments. We are going back at it again into extra time, like you said, at 30 extra minutes, 15 apiece. Let's see what our players can do with them, because this is just still a relatively low-score game when you think about it in the context of some of our others. But still, let's see which player will get the lead. Silva, Herrera.
Looking for that left side, Gaia. Cavani to Icardi. Icardi shoots! Great
block,
save.
kick, reset, back out. Header, clear. Who's going to get this one? Gimbepe.
Looking for Di Maria at the center. The right side is completely open, unattended. Riga shoots!
Riga, again, a fantastic block. We are just bruising that defender. I mean, excellent defense.
Followed by a great clear out. Otherwise, that ricocheted ball could have caused further problems for the Bayern Munich player.
Oh my goodness. Free kick, just gently into Kimmich.
Yeah, trying to maintain as much possession as possible.
Coutinho.
Great challenge by Silva.
Able to grab it out to Cavani.
Di Maria probably looking for that right side. Also probably looking for Icardi at the center as well. Riga. Challenge right there. And offsides, actually.
Okay, I didn't actually notice that, so can't blame the player. Let's see who's going to take it in. It is Martinez.
And neck and neck in terms of pass completion percentage. Both players trying to maintain as much possession as possible.
Middle of the field. Off Hernandez on the right.
And on this to Kimmich, just too long, elongated. Gaia.
Cavani. Kind of pinched against the side, 1v2.
Great convergence, but turns the ball over at a crucial moment.
Into.
And barely misses. Two players of PSG converge right onto that ball, and both of it just barely passed by.
Man, this is just so nail-biting. I mean, we're down to our final
15 minutes.
15 minutes, you're right. And, you know, it feels like 15 seconds almost.
Or now we're on to the second half of that extra time. Will the 15 minutes be enough to settle the score for both of the players?
Tied up at 2-2. Are we going to go to penalty kicks? I mean, this is just about as close as it gets. Switch forward, Lewandowski, seconds left. Coleman forward, Lewandowski, it's good!
Pajani making a statement. Heck no, we ain't going to penalties. I'm going to close the door here.
What a look of focus on his face. You know, it is a best of three, but I feel like it's a little bit of a bad time to mention that because Pajani just took an 0-2 deficit in the first half and turned it into a 3-2 position. Minutes away from claiming a victory here in game number one.
Yeah, and once again, just to reiterate what I mentioned earlier, those two substitutions, insertion of Koman and Kimmich into this game and changing his offensive and tactical plans, just played a huge role for him to gain the lead away from Kepa.
Vydino trying to play this tense game of keep away, but finally it is recontrolled. Maria Herrera forward to Munier.
Ooh, Alaba just missed that one. Clumsy play right there.
Parties right up front and center.
Great sweep by Javi Martinez.
Martinez out to Coleman. Vydino. Lots of pressure, but this should be enough to control the ball until the end.
Ample space for Coleman with his speed. Kimpembe barely saves it on time.
Kimpembe just going in for the clear. Tries to cover as much distance as possible. Minutes left. Can Kepa make a comeback?
Well, it seems that Kepa started to make a lot of turnovers at the center of the field. Maybe he must have been a bit rattled mentally after that second equalizer.
Forward. Winga.
Boateng.
Taking it out, but one corner kick is about all it comes down to. The game, moments from being over. DeMaria with the corner kick on in, up and out.
Great punch out.
As the dust settles here, just like we said, seconds left here. 1 or 2 or 3 more moments. And that is all that separates Pajani from taking game number 1.
Wow. Potential upset may even happen, but I mean, Pajani also exhibited great performance throughout this entirety of the event. So not super surprising, but definitely he was considered as the underdog compared to Kepa.
Well, you can see that look of incredulation on Kepa's face at the end there. You could really tell like he felt like after coming out to such a strong early lead in the first half, 2-0, I mean, not insurmountable, but still a very, very clutch advantage. And I mean, we're going to have a lot of time to think about that as we head out to a quick break, but don't go anywhere. We'll have the game number 2 coming up when we return.